I found very interesting what they are doing in this MTV. In particular, I'm referring to this effect where the speakers behind are moving together with the music. And when there is the beat of the music, the speaker grows in terms of scale. So I set up something similar in After Effects very quickly, where I have a layer with a shape layer and another layer with a music. So if I just play back this one, nothing happened, I will just hear the music. Now, I want to make sure that the music will set the scale for the object. So I tap twice the letter L on my keyboard in order to display the waveform. So basically you see there are certain peaks here. So I hold down Command or Control on my keyboard to hear the audio at the same time. And I want to link basically the value of this waveform to the scale of the star. So I'm going to go to the star and tap the letter S on the keyboard. This one will reveal the scale. Now I'm going to hold down Alternate on my keyboard and reveal the expression field for scale. There you go. It says just transform scale, which means nothing. It means just whatever the number says here, just do it. I want to select the music layer, right-click on it, and go to Keyframe Assistant, Convert Audio to Keyframes. This one creates a new layer on top, which is called Audio Amplitude. If I tap the letter U on my keyboard, it will display all the keyframes that have been added to this null object. As you can see, there are one keyframe per frame. All I need to do now is to decide which one I want to use. The value varies by very, very little. And the one that I want to pick, for example, is both, which is an average of left and right channel. I'm going to drag the value of the scale onto the both. And in order to do so, I will first select the word transform scale, then I will take this value that says expression peak width and drag it onto both slider. Now, as you can see, it creates an expression that says temp. That temp means is a variable. And it says use that value as a variable for both X and Y in the scale. When I click outside and I just play the video, you will see that the star is actually moving. There are certain points where the star totally disappears, and you notice the star is much smaller than before. In fact, it's actually taking exactly the same value from both channels and applying it to the scale. So when the both channels says 2.76, scale rounds it up to 2.8. Now, if I want the star to be much bigger, I will go here at the end of the expression and I will just add times 10. So whatever is 2.76 will actually become 27.6. In the scale, I multiply by 10 the value returned by both, and it will be converted in the result as a scale. Notice that I've also added the motion blur to the star, so it's already playing together with the music.